friends, we are back to discussing other world figures. Let's have a good look.
Nick Vujicic's biography is sought after by many people who are in need of motivation and passion in life. Nick Vujicic is known as one of the greatest motivators in the world. People admire him even more because he is a strong figure, especially with the physical flaws he was born with. Yes, Nick Vujicic is known to the world as a motivator who does not have hands and feet caused by congenital diseases. The following is a full biography of Nick Vujicic. About Nick Vujicic. Nick Vujicic's full name is Nicholas James Vujicic. He is an Australian citizen who was born on December 4, 1982 in Melbourne. Nick was born with a less than perfect physical condition. It does not have arms and legs, so that when it grows up, its height only reaches 0.99 meters. However, from his teenage years until now, Nick has had a career as a motivator and evangelist. Many people feel helped, inspired, and motivated by Nick Vujicic's unyielding life story. Childhood. Nick Vujicic was born to Serbian immigrants Dusanka Vujicic and Borislav Vujicic. At the time of birth, he was already suffering from physical deficiencies with no arms and legs on his body. His mother didn't even want to see him as a baby. However, gradually his parents accepted Nick's condition and considered their child's special condition as part of God's plan. Nick's childhood was full of struggles and bullies from his peers. With a different physical condition from other children, Nick was bullied almost every day, both at home and at school. Although fairly strong, little Nick sometimes still feels depressed and even attempted suicide several times. At the age of 17, his mother came across an article in the newspaper that covered a man with a more severe physical condition than Nick. The man does not give up in life and invites people to keep fighting. The article inspired Nick to do something. He formed a prayer community to motivate those around him. Nick also decided to pursue higher education. Despite his physical deficiencies that can be considered quite challenging, Nick managed to graduate from high school with good grades. He then continued his studies at Griffith University by taking 2 majors at once in accounting and financial planning. Nick Vujicic graduated from college at the age of 21. Physical deficiency. Every time you read Nick Vujicic's full biography, people will often ask about Nick's physical shortcomings. How can he achieve great things with his shortcomings? Medically, Nick's physical condition is due to a syndrome called tetramelia, which makes the hands and feet not fully formed in the womb. Nick's hands have not grown at all, while his legs have only grown a little and are not perfect. The shape of the legs is very small and resembles a chicken thigh. There were toes on his feet, but they were all stuck together. When Nick was a baby, surgery was performed to separate the attached toes. It is with these toes that Nick performs his daily activities. Since childhood he learned to hold objects, turn the pages of a book, and wear clothes with only his toes. Gradually, Nick was able to do everything with his toes, including using a computer, playing on a cell phone, and operating an electric wheelchair. Other interesting content: the world's richest man, Jeff Bezos, founder of e-commerce giant Amazon.com. Career as motivator. In addition, many read Nick Vujicic's biography to find out about his career as a motivator. Nick started his career as a motivator in 2005 when he was only 23 years old. At that time, he founded an organization called Life Without Limbs. This organization provides assistance both morally and materially to people with less physical conditions. When introducing this organization, Nick began to often speak in public and often share stories of his life. Many people are impressed and motivated. In 2007, Nick Vujicic founded a company engaged in motivational speaking called Attitude is Altitude. It was with this company that Nick started his career as a professional motivator. He provides motivation and inspiration to almost everyone, both in Australia and elsewhere. In the following years, Nick has been busy traveling the world to become a motivator in schools, societies, organizations, and on various platforms, even at international events of the World Economic Forum caliber. Nick has also appeared in several short films and documentaries to motivate the audience. One of the most famous is Nick's motivational video, which shows himself swimming in the pool. Even without arms and legs, Nick can swim swiftly. This makes many people believe in something that is almost impossible. Nick inspires many people not to give up on circumstances. Personal life. It's incomplete to read Nick Vujicic's full biography without including info about his personal life. By the time Nick had started to focus on being a motivator and wanted to set up an organization, he moved from Australia to California, United States. He travels around America to give motivational lectures. In 2008, while he was in McKinney, a small town near Dallas, Texas, he met a woman named Kane Miyahara. They fell in love with each other and married 4 years later in 2012. They now have 4 children. 2 boys and a pair of twin girls. Nick Vujicic and his family live in California. Current activities. Currently, Nick Vujicic is still actively giving motivational lectures in various places. He also often carries out evangelistic duties in various Christian churches throughout the world, especially in the United States. Nick's current activities also include writing books. Some of his most recent books include Stand Strong, published in 2015, Love Without Limits, published in 2016, and Be the Hands and Feet, Living Out God's Love for All His Children, published in 2018.
That's the story. Hopefully it will be a motivation and inspiration for all of us. Thank you very much for listening. Waiting for another story. Bye bye.